A lot of South Korean students would not be successful in fulfilling their dream of a university, even though they study night and day. Here, we have a listening practice video with a captivating and shocking text about the educational system in South Korea. There will be a quiz to check your listening comprehension. The meaning of the unfamiliar words and the answer sheet is at the end of the video. The education in South Korea, the Pacific Rim. One of the fastest developing areas in the world today is the Pacific Rim region. This is a huge region going from the west coast of South America northward and across the Bering Strait to the former Soviet Union, USSR, and southward to Australia. The Pacific Rim includes all countries touched by the waters of the Pacific Ocean. Japan is the economic leader of the Pacific Rim today, but China and the Four Tigers, South Korea, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Singapore, are all developing rapidly, and they are expected to dominate and control economic development in this region in the future. South Korea's rapidly developing economy. Countries such as South Korea that were extremely poor and undeveloped just a few decades ago now compete with the United States and Japan with exports of automobiles, ships, computers, television sets, and VSRs. Only 20 years ago, South Korea was a nation of poor farmers. Now it is one of the fastest growing of the newly industrialized Pacific Rim countries. Consequently, the need for well-educated people in South Korea is extraordinary. The economic impact of education. The system of education in South Korea is similar to the educational system in Japan because Korea was under Japanese rule for 35 years until 1945. It is a 6-3-3-4 system, meaning that elementary school takes 6 years, junior high school takes 3 years, high school takes 3 years, and higher education takes 4 years. When the Japanese left Korea in 1945, only about half the Korean people were able to read and write. By 1986, 98% of the population could read and write, making South Korea one of the most literate countries in the world. It is often said that the South Korean passion for education is one of the main factors behind the country's economic success in the last 20 years. Educational problems and successes. In South Korea, about 36% of high school graduates go on to higher education. This is an extremely high percentage for a newly industrialized country. It is a high percentage than the France, 30%, Italy, 26%, Germany, 18%, and the Netherlands, 15%. And it is comparable to the United States, 45%, 44%, and Japan, 39%. Higher education has great value in South Korea, and families do almost anything they can to give their children a chance for university education. Sometimes they even move to be close to a high school with a high success rate and on the university entrance exam. Young people spend almost all their time in high school preparing for the final exam that will decide whether or not they can go to university. One high school student described the typical school day this way. His school day begins every day at 7:30 a.m., goes on all day, and continues with special evening study classes until 10 p.m. Then he returns home and studies 1 more hour before going to bed. On Sundays, one of his parents stays home with him while he studies all day. Why do the students study so hard? What motivates them to give up everything for their studies? It is because there's great competition to get into universities and colleges. There are not nearly enough university places for all the people who want to go to. universities. In 1986, a typical year, about 800,000 students took the National University Entrance Exam for only 250,000 places in colleges and universities. In other words, 550,000 of these 800,000 students would not be successful in fulfilling their dream of a university degree, even though they had studied night and day for years to prepare for this exam. If you like the video, hit the like button, please. So, go on. Student success in math and science. South Korean high school students do better than students from other countries around the world in international math and science exams. Their long study hours and preparation in test-taking skills clearly show positive results on multiple choice exams. In high school, students take practice multiple choice exams about twice a month. To prepare for these exams, they memorize a great deal of material and they get used to answering multiple choice questions quickly and accurately. Educational reform. Many South Korean educators want to reform the system because they believe it teaches the students how to memorize but not how to reason and think logically. One South Korean university professor said that his students have trouble analyzing ideas and presenting their opinions. They are lost if you ask them to do anything besides taking a multiple choice test. They do not know how to think creatively and to solve problems. They do not know what they think about anything. The South Korean government leaders are working on reforming the educational system. They want to change the curriculum in certain ways to give students from different areas and different schools an equal chance to succeed. But they admit that they do not have the financial resources to enlarge the higher education system enough to meet the huge demands. In other words, they do not have enough money to create enough university places for everyone who wants to go. Consequently, the problem of extreme academic pressure on high school students will probably continue into the future. Don't forget to check the meaning of the words that you don't know, which are at the end of the video. Some interesting facts about South Korean education. People in South Korea are certainly highly educated. Half of Seoul's adult population is either attending university or has already graduated. Furthermore, education doesn't stop at university. Many Korean companies provide on-the-job training for their employees so that they can learn new technology and applications of the technology. Another interesting fact, South Korea has the highest number of PhDs per capita. Finally, the South Korean educational system has an outstanding record of success. Even though the system has some problems that many South Koreans would like to reform. Okay, here we have the listening comprehension part, understanding ideas and vocabulary. Choose or supply the correct answer. 1. South Korea is A. One of the four tigers. B. A Pacific Rim country. C. Both of the above. 2. According to the passage, South Korea has more students going on for higher education than A. Germany, France, Italy, and Japan. B. France, Italy, the United States, and the Netherlands. C. Germany, France, Italy, and the Netherlands. Question 3. Match these words. Draw a line from the words on the left to the words on the right that mean almost the same thing. 1. Seoul. 2. The four tigers. 3. The Pacific Rim. 4. Japan. A. The present economic leader in Asia. B. All countries, states, and territories in and around the Pacific Ocean. C. Taiwan, Singapore, Hong Kong, and South Korea. And D. The capital of South Korea. Question 4. Some of these statements are true, and some of them are not true. Read each statement carefully. Write true or false in each blank. A. South Korea has a high rate of illiteracy. B. High school students have a great deal of academic pressure on them. C. Most high school students who apply to university are accepted. D. People in Seoul, the capital of South Korea, tend to be highly educated. And the last one, E. Korean companies do a lot of on-the-job training for their employees. Question 5. Cross out the word or phrase that is not like the other two words or phrases. A. Illiterate, literate, able to read and write. B. Include, leave out, be part of. C. Unusual, typical, average. D. Fulfill, achieve, fail. E. Workers, employers, employees. Do you like to educate in South Korean educational system? Tell me in the comments. Okay, here we have the vocabulary part. Compete. To be in a test or race in order to see who does the best. The next word. Fulfill. To meet expectations. Multiple choice exam. A test wherein students select the correct answer from several possible choices given. Critical. It means important, necessary. Complaints. Negative comments made about someone or something. The next word, adolescence. Years when children become young adults. Workload. How much one is expected to do in one's job. The word curriculum, it means a course of study. The word outstanding, it means excellence. How about accurately, meaning done carefully with no errors. Here we have the answer sheet. Question 1, is C? Question 2, is again C? Question 3, 1, is D? 2, is C? 3, is B? 4, is A. Question 4, A is false. B is true. C is false. D, it's true. And the last one, E, is false. Question 5. The odd word A is illiterate, B is leave out, C unusual, D fail, and E is employers.
Yeah.